Imagine you were taking a tour of like a nuclear power plant. You walked into the control room and you saw the big control screens with all the different charts and metrics, and the tour guide turns to you and asks, "How does the performance look? Does everything look good?" How would you even begin to answer that? Well, you'd probably look at the screens and make sure there were no giant flashing red warning signs, and you'd see a lot of green and you'd say, "Everything looks great, it's running well." But you wouldn't really know. And here's the thing, that scenario has far more in common with OTT reporting than you might think, and you definitely need to know why. To illustrate how much OTT reporting and the nuclear power plant example have in common, I'm going to start by detailing what they don't have in common. What? Let me explain. At the power plant, the engineers looking at the data work for the plant. They have years of specialized training, so they know exactly what the data means. And more importantly, the plant wants them to have the most accurate and relevant information. It's in the plant's best interest to keep everything running as safely and efficiently as possible. Those engineers aren't guessing. They're experts, and the system is designed to help them succeed. Now, let's compare that with OTT reporting. You might think marketers are like engineers in this example, experienced and trained to know exactly what to look for. However, most don't realize how different OTT really is. Most media buyers come from a world of traditional TV, where they're used to metrics like estimated reach, frequency, the number of spots that ran, and all of these metrics feel like they should be relevant for OTT. In all reality, they just aren't. And OTT providers know this. These providers take advantage of that fact by overemphasizing easy to digest metrics, even though they probably don't mean anything, and giving you simple metrics that look green and safe at a glance. Just like in the power plant example, if you see a bunch of green lights, you must assume everything's working well. And the end result of that means you're not seeing the deeper issues. And in OTT, those deeper issues matter. Why do providers do this? Simple, because it's easier. Easier to have sales teams show fancy dashboards rather than face increased scrutiny. Easier to cobble together pretty reports rather than invest in real transparent solutions. Easier to hide the complexity rather than educate their clients on what actually drives performance for OTT campaigns. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the real problem. Because OTT reporting today isn't built to empower you, the advertiser. It's built to keep you comfy and make you think everything's all right so the checks keep flowing. Suffice to say, we do things differently here at Aduro. Like for example, we built our own database from the ground up to not only give us insights into our clients' campaigns that no other provider can get, but to expose some of these data sets that the other providers are keeping from you. And we're gonna use it to do just that in the next video. So you're not gonna wanna miss it. And as always, until next time, keep streaming with clarity, friends.